Welcome to Xavier University, Ateneo de Cagayan. Our Filipino culture makes it very hard for us to give feedback to one another. Even when people have suffered from one person's actions for a long time, our values like smooth interpersonal relationship, also known as SIR, or respect for elderly, or respect for the authority, or amor proprio, prevent us from speaking up what the person needs most to hear. And to some extent, the teaching of Jesus on fraternal correction agrees with these. Jesus advises us to do our correction by progressive intervention. First, go and point out the fault just between the two of you. Then, if necessary, return to him with 2 or 3 others. And if still necessary, then the community must be told. And finally, let him be aware that he has separated himself from the community by his own actions. Jesus indeed stresses to us the sensitivity, prudence, humility, and attention in which an admonition is given. He reminds us that an admonition is given for the benefit of all, including the one being admonished. Vindictiveness and self-righteousness have absolutely no place in this. Jesus knew all too well that words can cut the flesh. Our tongues can become whips that flay others. In fact, words can even kill the spirit. So Jesus reminds us that when we make a correction, it is not to reprimand or punish. It is to guide others towards right action that brings good to himself and to the whole community. But apart from reminding us to give correction with charity, Jesus is also stressing here that it is a responsibility that we should not neglect. And this is where the teaching of Jesus runs counter with some of our Filipino values. Pope Francis says that fraternal correction is a mark of a mature Christian community. It is a mutual service that we can and must render to one another. To reprove a brother or a sister is a service, and it is possible if each one recognizes oneself to be in need of correction. The same awareness that enables me to recognize the fault of another reminds me that I have likewise made mistakes and I am often wrong. So the next time you are faced with a situation where someone needs correction, let us then do our very best to fulfill our Christian responsibility, to bring to the person's attention what he or she needs to hear. We may be awkward at it at first, but if we do it as often as situations actually require us, we will be able to do it with increasing graciousness. And in this way, we will indeed build a true and mature Christian community. And that's one bite.